Back in 1986, the real Ghostbusters debuted, introducing New York's premier ghost-catching foursome to the world of animation, casting talented voice actors Maurice LaMarche, Frank Welker, and Lorenzo Music for Egon, Ray, and Peter. And while the studio likely didn't anticipate any of the film cast to audition, Ernie Hudson, who had played Winston Zeddemore on the big screen, stepped forward, making him appear to be the obvious choice. However, to Hudson's surprise, Arsenio Hall would eventually land the role, where he'd voice the character for the show's first 3 seasons. Reflecting on the studio's decision in past interviews, Hudson has shared his disappointment, saying, "I was really disappointed because the thought of someone else doing Winston was not something I felt great about. Arsenio's a friend, so there's no disrespect to him, but they had me come in and read, and even though they said I wasn't auditioning, I don't know, I guess I was just there to have the director get on my nerves. Who knows what happened there? Whatever the case, I didn't get the part, unfortunately." Now, fast forward to today, and Hudson has become a cornerstone of the Ghostbusters franchise, reprising his role in recent sequels, Ghostbusters Afterlife, and this year's Frozen Empire. And in looking ahead to the upcoming Ghostbusters animated series, which is currently in development as a collaboration between Sony Pictures Animation and Netflix, Hudson has made it clear that if Winston is included, he's the man for the job. In a new interview with ComingSoon.net, Hudson spoke about a conversation with Jason Reitman, director of Ghostbusters Afterlife and producer of the upcoming Netflix series, revealing, "I told Jason, don't let anybody do Winston's voice unless I'm gone. Like, gone for real. Yeah, I don't know what happened with the original Real Ghostbusters thing. There are a lot of stories or whatever. I believe the director wanted Arsenio Hall, he was a friend of his, maybe, I'm not sure, but the studio felt that none of us original Ghostbusters would even think of doing an animated show. That might be true for the other guys who made a lot more money than I did, but I love doing voiceover work, and I'd be very heartbroken if anyone voiced Winston from this point moving forward." We should also add here that at this time, details about this new series, they remain speculative, with no official word on the show's timeline, and with that, if Hudson or the character of Winston will be involved. Looking back on his journey with the franchise, Hudson also shared that there was a time he thought a sequel would never happen, and that reuniting with his original co-stars for both Afterlife and Frozen Empire has been a deeply meaningful experience. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I honestly had reached a point where after the second movie, we didn't think there'd be any more. But it was such an important part to fans. During that whole time, people were still putting on their jumpsuits and their backpacks. When we finally came together, it was almost a spiritual moment. I see Bill Murray and Danny in their jumpsuits, I see Sigourney Weaver and Annie Potts, and it was very, very special. I realize that's been a part of my life for over half of my life. At any time that I'm on the street, somebody will refer to it. You know, Ernie, who you gonna call? For Ernie Hudson's full interview with ComingSoon.net, in which he does discuss his role on Amazon's Angry Birds Mystery Island. Yeah, if you didn't know Hudson, he does have a role in that. That interview can be found down below in this video's description. With that said, that's all I've got for you for this one. As always, subscribe. If you'd like to join up with Ghostbusters news, check out our Patreon page. A link to that is also in the description, and we'll see you right back here next time.